Hey everybody, welcome to Falcon Plays Icy. Let's go on with our story over here, which I believe is taking us over to Eden finally, which is something I've kind of been looking forward to. Maybe we will avoid any sort of random event going through there right now, but again, we're going to Eden. Remember, we talked to... Who was the last dude that I talked to? I forgot his name. Oh, this guy. What's your name again, dude? I kind of already forgot. I'm not sure. I guess we'll find out pretty soon. But we talked to him. Apparently, he is part of the Eden. We found out that I used to be part of the Eden itself, and now the Eden is kind of falling apart. And the wolf pack is actually looking for certain individuals to kind of keep Eden removed from everybody else, but we are trying to now make it open to the entire of the White Wasteland. Whether that's good or bad, we don't really know. We'll find out. Anyway, enough summarizing. Let's get into the game here. Here we are. Now we must leave your companions behind and keep them safe. This is a cave that they can use for shelter. We will make up a story. We will tell them that you got kidnapped by slaves and it took you more than 2 years to get free and come back. Oh, okay, sure. I'm sure they'll believe that one, alright. Why not tell the truth? Even I don't want to choose that one, dog. I mean, we'll give it a try. Why not? Just for the purpose of, story relating. Because if they discover that you suffer from memory loss, they wouldn't let you take your old job so easily. You don't want to get trapped inside the Eden. You can't risk getting blocked in there, and don't think you want to put your friends in danger either. They can't wait here for long. It needs to go quickly. Alright. It's impossible. I barely remember some details. I can't pretend to sustain a conversation with former friends or employers. That's a pretty good point. I'll try to do that. Let's go with that one. I mean, it's a definitely good point that he's making. Just relax. I'll be there to help you, and they're in desperate need of people capable to survive in the, what do you call it, White Wasteland? Now, let's go. And about your friends, tell them to start a nice fire to stay warm. We have no visuals on this area from the Eden. You start walking towards the bunker with Boris. Boris, that's his name. There you go, Boris. Who has gotten down from his horse and is now on foot. After some minutes of walking, you start to remember the place around you. When you finally reach the massive gate up the bunker, you feel a sensation of familiarity. You and Boris go straight to a smaller door that gets open when you're near it. You go through and close it behind you, then you two proceed along a poorly lit corridor. A big metal door starts to open and you see people behind it. People that belong to a past you've forgotten. People that you thought were dead for sure. What? I can't believe it. I called Trevor as soon as I saw you two coming. It's nice to see you alive, even if you seem like one of those snow savages now. Evelyn, please be nice to our old friend. You can't even imagine what he's been through. It has been more than 2 years. When Evelyn called me on the intercom, I couldn't believe it. But here you are, pretty much alive. What happened to you? Alrighty, so, I can let Boris talk to me. But again, we'll go with the story. I got kidnapped. That wasn't bad, but save it for when we need it. Trevor and Evelyn are with us. They're good friends and they can know the truth. Oh. So he was just testing me with the, friends. Okay, so we'll tell them the truth. I lost my memory. That's horrible. You lost all your memories? Do you remember who we are? I'll be honest, they seem familiar, right? We kind of dreamt of them a few times, right? I guess it's a beginning. I read something about memory loss and that the way it's always healed. I hope you didn't lose your special touch because we could really use an ally like you. That's why we're here. Our friend is traveling with a nomad family and he has real connections with the outside world. I'm sorry to lay all this responsibility on you, but we could really use your help in getting these people, or this place, open to the world. Once you have your old job back, you will have the freedom and the connections to find help among the people living in the Vale. Wait, are you really going to talk to Vernon? How will you cover up the memory loss? Vernon is an idiot, too busy pondering about how to stay in power to actually realize what's happening. I agree, he's too distracted to notice it, but you will need to be a good actor. He's not an idiot, not as much as Boris says. Don't worry about it. Let's go get something to eat, we'll talk about the past and try to see if it jars any memories. Then we'll go to Vernon and get your old job back. You enter another room and change your clothes to something lighter, since the temperature is quite warm inside the bunker. Oh wow, it's a pretty cool looking place. Then you follow your old friends to the canteen, where you get some food and sit at a table to eat it. Everything is neat for you, but it seems like you're doing something you did for your entire life. You chat with Trevor, Evelyn, and Boris for an hour, then Boris stands up. Time to go. It has been a good time to spend some time, or it has been good to spend some time, like the old days, but the situation here is too hot to ignore right now. You're a pessimist. The universe won't blow up just because a long-lost friend gets a couple of days of rest in a place that it's not freezing. I'm more concerned about what will we feed all these people that came with us that are now waiting outside of Eden. Hey, you brought outsiders here? Isn't it a little risky? We all agreed that we need allies from the outside, and I think that the friends of a friend are a good starting point. I agree. Well, what to say, it's good to have you back. I hope we'll have another chance to talk to remember the old times. Good luck with Vernon. You and Boris start walking around the bunker. You look around you during the trip. Again, I'm going to stop noting issues with the verbiage of the game sometimes, because that's one right there, but it kind of breaks the flow of it. So even if it sounds weird me saying it, just kind of go with it, just realize it's the text that's a bit awkward sometimes. And you see a place like you never saw before. Everything is so clean, so perfectly put in its place. It's like having a glance at the ancient world, a world where the chaos was hidden under a shroud of artificial order. You finally arrive at Vernon's office. Boris hesitates for a second before knocking, but then finds the courage to do that. Come in. You enter an incredibly tidy office where a man stands behind a big wooden desk. Great news, Vernon. Look who's back. Our best outside agent. The man looks you up and down. You're supposed to be dead. Boris himself brought the bad news back. What happened? It's actually a nice story. I wasn't speaking to you, Boris. Sit down and shut up for a second. He pauses for a second. So, what happened? Man, this guy ain't taking shit, right? Alrighty, let's see. We were traveling. We were on a mission. Impress him with a good speech. A quite sad story is what you're about to hear, Vernon. It all began years ago, while I was traveling with Claire, working for the Eden's sake. Let's go with that one. I kind of like it. What happened exactly? Oh, that's it? No, I can still choose it. 2 expert agents, what could go wrong? Everything, because 2 expert agents are still mere human beings, and when you get surrounded by 100 slavers, there's nothing you can do. I like this so much, let's go with that one. Go on. I lived in slavery, prisoner of savage people who exploited me every day until the day I finally had the chance to set myself free to run away from that monstrosity. It took you a long time to come back. It's gone. It was so good. I actually like that story. Let's see. I wonder if that was triggered because I have high speech as well. It was hard to come back. I was far away. They traveled a lot. It wasn't easy to understand where I was and where I should go. Then I finally recognized the mountains around this valley, and I was able to find Boris in the wild. And then you came back. Let's see. Which one looks good here? We finished what we had to do as soon as possible. We thought that it was better to do our job before coming back. I had waited years to come back. I would have waited a month more. Let's go with this one. This one seems a bit more reasonable. And what do you intend to do now that you're back? I want my old job back. An interesting tale, that's for sure. Now, I'll need to speak with the council and decide what to do. Please, wait outside of my office. You go outside of the office and speak and close the door behind you. Boris gets closer and starts speaking in a low voice. It wasn't the best lie I've ever heard, but you didn't screw it up. The situation is desperate, so I'm pretty sure they're going to give you back your old position. You wait a few minutes. Boris seems to be really tense and walks around the corridor in circles. Then the door opens and Vernon comes out of his office. Come inside. No, not you, Boris. We need some privacy. He walks back into his office, waiting for you. You go into the office and sit in a chair. Vernon looks at you for a moment before taking the word. I don't know if you told me the truth about your past, but you surely forgot to mention a little thing that is actually pretty important. I know you have outsiders, friends waiting for you out there. Another agent saw them coming back to the Eden. Outsiders never come here. There's nothing for them. It's a barren hill. But you see, I don't care much about that either. You've been missing for a long time, and traveling in a group seems the smartest thing to do in such a cruel world. I need you to do something for the Eden, a mission of the utmost importance. There is something you must do for me on the outside in order to get back your old job. I need you to get to a particular location. One of my agents was sent there, but we lost all contact. The place is a simple laboratory hidden under a palace. If you have a map, I'll show you the exact location. We know that there's a laboratory thanks to the intel in our computers, so we sent an agent to see if there's anything useful we can take back to the Eden. There's a war inside the Eden because some people wanted to open to the world. I need loyal agents, and you can be one of them. I could throw you out of the Eden because of your allegiance with the outsiders, but I will offer you a position of power instead, and we will allow them to come inside if you'll work for me. Think about it. You and your friends finally having a safe and warm home to return to during the winter, and now go. You know what to do. Wow, so, man, he saw through my bullshit, that's for sure. Well, he didn't really see through my bullshit, but apparently another agent saw us coming in. So now I kind of have an option here. I could essentially tell Boris, fuck your plan of opening the Eden up to the world. I'm at least going to get my job here back, and I'll have my people, my family, come inside and live here peacefully. Or, let's go with your plan and risk not having a permanent home. Remember, Boris says that the Eden's kind of falling apart, though, so that's something we have to consider. What good is coming into a place that's falling apart? Well, we'll see. Anyway, you come out of Vernon's office and tell Boris that you got your old job back. Good. Now let's get out and return to your friends. Then we'll travel to the warehouse, get our supplies, and talk about what needs to be done. You abandon the warmth of the Eden to come back to the White Wasteland. You reach your friends and proceed to leave these cold hills to return to the warehouse. Many ask you questions about Eden, but Boris tells them to wait until they are in proper place to speak of what happened. Alrighty, start new quest, find the missing agent, new objective, go back to the warehouse. So let's find out what we have going on here. The Wolfpack has to wait. Let's go back to the warehouse first, correct? Which is down there. I can't do the other one just yet, which is down here, if I had to imagine. Yeah. So let's go back to the warehouse first and discuss what happened here and probably just kind of spitball the idea of, you know, maybe the rest of my people want to just go to the Eden and forget about opening the walls up to everybody else. You go back again to the warehouse where you met Boris some time ago before going into the Eden. The place seems safe. Good. We can finally talk here. Yeah, I think we're all kind of overloaded with questions. This whole matter came up all of a sudden. I still can't really believe the Eden is real. I want to know more about it, but after all the pressing matters are taken care of. At least all the legends make some sense now. We're not talking of a magical land where the sun actually works. It's a bunker, something realistic, something real. Well, our friend will explain anything that you want or need to know. Now, I need to go back. There are things that must be taken care of in Eden. Boris turns to you and smiles. Remember, you have to pretend to be Vernon's lackey, so do what he asks, even if it isn't related to our little conspiracy. And that's the location where you'll be able to find a wolf pack. Be careful, they're dangerous. I wish you the best luck, but now I have to get back. Boris jumps on the back of his horse and starts going back to the Eden. You see him disappearing into the mist. So, are you going to talk, or do we need to beg you? You don't want to see an old man begging on his knees. I actually don't want to see that. Jerome? I think he's your Jerome, right? Hugh Jackman Rome. Anyway, let's see here. We have 3 options. We have no time for that. I'll answer anyone's questions, and I can answer a few questions. Let's go with the legit manner here, right? I'll open up everything that you guys want to know. You take your time to explain what you saw, what the Eden is, and what's happening inside it. You answer a lot of questions that after 2 hours, finally no one has anything else to ask. Jesus, 2 hours of questions. Wow. Good. Now I'm starting to understand what's really happening. I don't like it. What will we be? Pawns in someone's hands? I don't mind being a pawn if they can make some room for us inside that bunker. I'm sick of having frozen ass all the time. This is our chance, not only to free ourselves from the eternal cold that haunts us, but to be the ones who will be able to change the destiny of the Eden. It all seems too good to be true, but it's so good that I don't care about the risk. I will be here at your side, fighting for the better future for all of us. If you ask me, this could be a huge awesome. The Eden is a legendary place. We have to find a way to get accepted in it. My parents used to tell me stories about the Eden. I never really thought that they would be true. Not at all. Everyone gets ready to walk again on the White Wasteland with new hopes and fears in their hearts. Alrighty, so I'm getting pretty much a split decision, it seems like, right? Some people are saying, let's just go in, and some people are saying, let's fight for what's right. I was told in the comments there are multiple endings, so more than likely it's going to come down to what path I decide to take over here. So yeah, I'll keep it an option for sure. We could scavenge over here, so we might as well do that. We'll take 4 hours, and we will use one of our many ropes, I want to say, right? We find 2 fuel, and hammer, crowbar, and another shovel. We'll take everything. Perfect. Now, let's zoom out here. We have 2 different objectives. Meet the wolf pack, or work for Vernon. Where's work for Vernon at? Oh, this is the overall story, I would say, right? Yeah. So right now, we could either meet the wolf pack, or find a missing agent. Well, Vernon did want us to find a missing agent. I'm supposed to be his lackey for now, so I guess I should probably do whatever he wants. Oh. And then we can just go meet the Wolfpack now. Boris told you where to find the Wolfpack. Even if it won't give your friends back, you can finally reach them. And they're right here. Are we ready for the Wolfpack? That's the real question. Ugh. I don't know. This could be tough. Let's go do the agent thing first, and then we'll do the Wolfpack afterwards. Right now, let's keep Vernon thinking that we're down to do whatever he wants. I mean, I'll follow his rules for now, but if it comes down to it and we feel like kind of backstabbing him and basically opening up the Eden for everybody else, then we'll do it. We'll take 32 food. We got 4 damage, but that's okay. 32 food is more than enough to make up for what we just lost. Right there, we have a bunch of health items anyway, so it's not really too big of a concern. We should be able to scavenge over here. Gas station. We'll take 4 hours here, and we will just blast this rock open. Got 1 fuel and some animal fur. Nothing really too crazy. We should be able to also loot here, if I'm correct. Yes. And we'll take 6 hours to get 15 food and 3 medicine. Really, really ideal. Let's see if we can heal ourselves up here a bit. We can, and Anybody else need any cures? Nope, everybody's fine. Alrighty, great. Let's come over here and do the agent mission now for Vernon. You arrive at the place where Vernon sent the missing agent. It's an old building, partially collapsed, and no one seems to be around. Suddenly, a woman appears from this ruins. She's walking towards you. She's half naked and she has white glowing tattoos on her body. The fuck? Hello to you, strangers. She seems untouched by the cold and friendly towards you. What the hell is wrong with you, with your cold perception? She's from the white people. Thanks to some unknown magic and their tattoos, they can resist the cold. It's no magic, it's a blessing given to us to survive in this cold world. Too bad the cold is not the only danger on the White Wasteland. I was traveling with a group and we got attacked by some well-armed people. I'm the only survivor and I survived only because I was in the woods hunting. I found shelter here for the night. I was ready to walk my way back to home of my people when you showed up. What brings you here, travelers? I guess we'll say we're after a missing man. And then your quest is near its end. Having nothing else to do, I explored the place and I found a dead body, still fresh. We individuals belonging to the white people shouldn't be too interested in ancient stuff, but I was curious and explored the building. There's a path leading underground, but it's not really safe and the man you're looking for discovered it in the worst possible way. His body now lies under the rubble that was once the roof of the corridor he was walking in. I can show you where it is. That's very kind of you. She smiles gently. We should all help each other to survive in this world. She brings you to some stairs leading below and leads you through some dark corridors and rooms that seem to almost empty. After a couple of minutes, you reach the place where you see the body of this missing agent. As the woman said, half his body is covered by rubble and he's clearly dead. What a horrible way to die. It seems like he tried to free himself before surrendering to death. Let's go ahead and inspect his backpack. In the man's backpack, there are some supplies and a pistol. You take them since there's no reason to leave the stuff here. Let's check out his body. It takes time to drag the body out, but you eventually manage to do it without any risk. You search his clothes and find that it seems to be an ancient device inside a sturdy metal box. It seems important, and maybe that's the reason why the man was here. Let's leave. Well, you clearly didn't know the guy, or care about him. What is this all about? Some of our people reported increased human activity in this area of the Vale. We can tell her a lie, kindly deny her an answer, rudely refuse an answer, or just tell the truth. Let's go with... She seems relatively kind so far. Will telling her the truth turn her against us, though? I'll be honest. Not so hard to believe, the founder of our culture and religion came from the Eden. We all know that the place exists, but we were asked not to go around talking about it. Since the man had the word Eden on his clothes, and as far as the story tells, the place is not far from here. I think you're dealing with the Eden's people. So tell me, did I guess right? Yeah. More or less. I have no need to know more, I was just curious. I don't want to mess with your business, I just wanted some hospitality to join your family. I was a nomad and I know the rules for joining a family. I know I'm from the white people, but I am not breaking any rules of ours. Oh, you want to join? Yeah, I'm so down. Fine, you will be one of us. She smiles. Thank you very much. By the way, my name is Genevieve, but you can call me Jan if you prefer nicknames. Traveling with a white one, that's something unexpected. Don't worry, you won't regret having me around, especially if you like to have meat for dinner. What are you getting at here, Jan? And I will show you where our temple is so we can get there. It's just that I met some of your kind years ago, and they seem to me like a bunch of crazy people with a crazy religion. You don't seem that unbalanced. Because I am not. Some of us see the world in black and white, just like most humans do. You don't have to worry. I won't proselytize around. Can we go now? Now that I enjoy walking, but at least it keeps me warm. You prepare yourselves to walk again into White Wasteland, and in a few minutes you're ready to go. Alrighty, we came over here, we did Vernon's little side thing, we got some sort of weird item, and we got a new person to join us, and I guess we'll probably talk to Jan next episode, learn a bit about the white people a bit, right? Sounds kind of awkward saying that, but there you go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, leave a thumbs up. I will catch you next time.